According to the Directorate of Public Prosecutions, there are over 300 corruption-related cases that have been listed for prosecution. The cases were stalled in 2013 prior to an interim order from the Constitutional Court challenging the existence of the Anti-Corruption Court.
The only challenge we're facing is that all the cases that had been stalled are now all coming up. They need to get dates. We need to find times for over these 300 cases to be handled. This is what our officers have mostly been engaged in today.
With the court's resumption today, former Chief Magistrate Irene Akankwasa has been relegated to Registrar in Saralanga. He is now the Chief Magistrate at the Anti-Corruption Court. First, before the freshly resumed Anti-Corruption Court, were interdicted officials from the Ministry of Public Service, including former Permanent Secretary Jimmy Ramafa and Principal Accountant Obe Christopher. They were charged with abuse of office, embezzlement, and causing financial loss. It is alleged that in financial years 2010-2011, the officials diverted over 60 billion shillings of taxpayers' money to ghost pensioners' accounts in Cairo International Bank. The officials from the office of the Prime Minister who appeared before the same court include Geoffrey Kazinda, who has been serving a 5-year sentence at Luzira prison after he was found guilty of abuse of office. Others include Beatrice Kezabu, Or Martin and Hussein Katuma. Brighter Twin was the only official from the Ministry of Finance who appeared before the same court. They were accused of conniving with Geoffrey Kazinda to forge receipts for fuel worth over 360 million shillings, meant for vehicles that were transporting relief supplies to the disaster-stricken areas of Bududa. Prosecution presented by Lakidi Paul alleges that Kazinda and his accomplices were involved in the mismanagement of over 20 billion shillings that was meant for PRDP activities. The money is said to have been deposited on a crisis management account. Kazinda is also separately accused of forging the signature of his former boss, Pius Bigirimana, who was then Permanent Secretary. Before the court's operations were frozen, prosecution had asked for an adjournment in order to add another person on the list of the accused in the OPM scam. Sources privy to the Anti-Corruption Court told NTV that another person yet to be added on the charge sheet is the former Permanent Secretary, Pius Bigirimana.
That information may be speculative, I don't know. What I'm saying is that there are pending OPM cases. As and when they are completed, they will go to court against different suspects.
Registrar Akankwasa cancelled the bail application filed by Kazinda's counsel, which was granted to him and his accomplices before he was remanded to Luzira on a different file. This means that if Court of Appeal grants Kazinda bail pending the disposal of his appeal against the judgment, he will have to apply for bail afresh. The cases were adjourned for another mention until 5th and 10th February. Sudil Biarhanga, NTV.